Hello guys, we are watching a game between Sheik and Vietnam Gosu. Two great players, Undead and a Night of player Sheik, who's playing a Tavern hero Alchemist. Alchemist as first hero against Night of. Doesn't it sound crazy? It does, okay? Detonated Wisp. Sheik isn't giving any experience to his opponent. So the plan for Sheik in this game is to be aggressive with Alchemist and block Undead player from getting second base. As we see, Death Knight was trying to go for second base. He unsummoned his Altar of Darkness. He also bought double Sacrificial Skull, so he can creep the camp way easier, because when you're on the Blight Ground, you are healing faster, right? 3 archers, 4 archers, 4 archers, and the Alchemist trying to keep that Death Knight away from the gold mine. So it worked out. As we see, Angry Acolyte is forced to take up. He's going for Halls of Death. What is the plan for Sheik? Sheik is also going for tech. He's getting next Moonwall. Acolyte looking at the Wisp. This Wisp might try to become a Tree of Life. There is Ancient of War ready for creeping. Archers going back to creep. Alchemist trying to buy some time for archers. Acolyte scouting. Can the Acolyte find out the plan of Sheik? Pulling the creep camp. Ancient of War taking so much damage. Acolyte trying to disrupt Sheik. Death Knight sees what is going on. Ghoul saved by a coil. Oh, can he get him? Can he get him? Oh, Alchemist is caught. Alchemist is caught. He's forced to use his town portal. Ancient of War dies. Scroll of the Beast. He needs to pick up the Scroll of the Beast as quickly as he can, because Vietnam Gosu is going here for a creepjack. Okay, archers need to hide. Okay, they can't hide in the shadows because Death Knight has a dust of appearance anyway. 1 archer dead. Vietnam Gosu is trying to creep the 2 Scars and Polar Fullbolt Tracker. I would say it's kinda a little bit greedy, I get it. He killed 1 archer, destroyed the Ancient of War, forced the native to use his town portal but creeping this creep camp when Sheik is nearby is a huge mistake. He just lost 3 ghouls. He's about to lose his 4th ghoul. Maybe it can survive. Okay, ghoul runs away. 4th ghoul dead. Shredder helping. 1 archer died. Maybe the 2nd one will also die. But the trade is great. The trade is great for Sheik. He killed 4 ghouls. He lost his Ancient of War, which means he couldn't creep anyway. So actually, Angry Acolyte was a little bit too greedy right now. He lost so many ghouls. He has only 4 ghouls right now, which means he doesn't have that much creeping power. Sheik is going for Naga Sea Witch 2nd. Venna Sea Storm, okay. Ancient of Lore and another one. Wood economy of Angry Acolyte doesn't look that good. He has just 5 ghouls. I mean, it's not just 5 ghouls, but at this point of the game he should have like 6 or even 8 ghouls. But because he lost so many ghouls during creeping this camp, he has to harvest wood right now. Death Knight is trying to interrupt creeping of Sheik. That Polar Fullbolt Tracker, it gives so much experience and a decent item. Lich is coming. Can he come on time? Naga Sea Witch trying to zone Death Knight. Alchemist. He used Moonwells to heal up, using his Chemical Rage. Polar Furborg under the attack, and Nova, last hit with Nova, and one archer dead, dust used so they can't hide, skeletons going for the last hits, level 3 of Death Knight, level 2 Coil, and that was a good creep jack by Angry Acolyte. Items of Alchemist aren't that good, to be honest, because he just have Ring of Protection and Scroll the Beast. Scroll the Beast isn't the best item for Night Elf, because if you're playing Dryads, Dryads don't benefit from the Scroll of the Beast, as they are magic immune. Okay, can Death Knight run away? He's trying... Okay, there is a Zeppelin. Yep, he's going to buy a Zeppelin and save his units. Zeppelin, enough hit points to run away safely. Angry Acolyte seems to be a little bit too greedy, to be honest. Like, he's creepy, he's risking so much for so little. Gauntlets of Strength. Is Alchemist going to pick it up? Doesn't look like. More Dryads. Tree of Life. So Sheik wants to go for the second base, and most likely he wants to spam Dryads. Angry Acolyte. He creeped the gold mine. There is an Acolyte. Is the plan of this Acolyte to go for the second base? To be honest, it doesn't feel like a good timing for the second base, because as we see Angry Acolyte is about to get Ghoul Frenzy. He's getting more Obsidian statues. Naga Sewage just level 1. Alchemist using the potion of replenishment, getting his mana and life back slowly. Little amount of life and mana. Leech level 2. Pendant of Energy. Destroyer form for the Obsidian statues. Alchemist creeping. Ancient of... Oh, that's Ancient Protector, okay. Tree of Life, ready to creep. We have an Nature's Blessing upgrade, which means Tree of Life is moving faster, it has more armor, so the building will be way harder to destroy. Sheik is still creeping. He got Potion of Greater Healing. Going for Creep Fiends, Ghouls. He's going for the second Slaughterhouse. And Abominations. Okay. Abominations. So it feels like Angry Acolyte knows what is the plan of Sheik. He feels that he wants to go for huge amount of Dryads, and actually Abominations and Meat Wagons are great against Dryads. So it feels like he has a good understanding of this game, of this scenario that happens right now. This Dryad needs to be careful. Sheik is buying, he sold the Scroll of the Beast, bought 2 healing scrolls. And is he going to use one of them? He lost a Dryad. Sheik lost a Dryad. Not good, Sheik. You need to be more careful. And Gnoll Overseer. Experience on the Sheik's side. But the item for Angry Acolyte. Leech was under a huge pressure. Gnoll Assassin spreading the poison between the undead units. Leech level 3, Death Knight level 4, a Meat Wagon. There is a first Meat Wagon. This is Cloud. This is Cloud. Upgrade for Abominations and Meat Wagons. Second Meat Wagon, okay. 49 supply against 47. Alchemist level 3. He isn't even on full HP. Trying to attack from behind. Meat Wagon. Where is the Zeppelin? There is a Zeppelin. Okay, Naga Sewage takes some damage. Fiends also. Sheik needs to use your call. You need to save your Meat Wagon. Use your Zeppelin to... Oh, Naga Sewage! Focus down! And the Meat Wagon saved with the Zeppelin. Nice! That was a good fight for Angry Acolyte. There is a second Meat Wagon. Can he save it with the Zeppelin? Oh, Meat Wagon destroyed. Still a good trade for... Oh. He needs to be careful. He needs to be careful. He wanted to snipe the Tree of Life with his Zeppelin and a mid-wagon, but he didn't know there is an Ancient Protector. Feels like Angry Acolyte wants to kill second base of Sheik. 50 supply against 48. Zeppelin. Shut down. No, is it that? No, it isn't. Alchemist using his Alchemist Chemical Rage. Mid-wagon sniped by Alchemist. Is it that? Yes, it is. Oh, Alchemist needs to be careful. He's taking so much damage. Can he run? Yes. Yes, he can run. Okay, he survived. Destroying the moon walls. Dryads under the effect of this cloud. So they're taking some damage. Sheik is in the troubles. He has some problems. He needs to defend this attack. He's going for the Druids of the Claw. So far he doesn't have master training, just an adept training, which means he has access to rejuvenation, but it's not enough. Wisps. One of the wisps detonated, so there is no mana for coil. Lich is forced to use his Invul Potion. Alchemist is diving deep. Is it safe? He needs to be careful. Lich, do you want to use your Nova against this wisp? I think that would be a good call to use your Nova. Dryads trying to catch reinforcement. Coil Nova against that Alchemist. Okay, he has Healing Potion, using the Chemical Rage once again to buy sometimes precious seconds. A Feint killed one Dryad. Sheik is fighting for his second base, but it feels like there is no way, no hope to save it. Tree of Life. Trying to train more wisps. Dryads barely living. Barely alive. Druids of the Claw. They have Master Upgrade, which means they can transform in the bear form. Can Sheik save his Tree of Life? No, he can't. Coil your... Okay, he should have coiled his Abomination. He's trying to run away. Is this Abomination going to die as well? Oh, okay, he destroyed the Tree of Life, right? But he just lost 2 Abominations for that. So, well, it wasn't cheap, let's call it that way. It's 43 supply against 47. Alchemist level 4. Naga Sea Witch level 3. Dryads needs to be careful. This one, especially this one. Angry Acolyte. He has lesser mana potion and potion of greater healing. Ankh of Reincarnation, a very useful item against undeads. They always want to find an opportunity to kill your hero, so Ankh of Reincarnation can save you, right? So Ankh of Reincarnation, one of the best items you can get against undead. Opponent. What is the plan of opponent of Angry Acolyte? He was checking if there is second base. Skeleton scouting. Sheik is trying to go for Tree of Life once again. Angry Acolyte. It looks like he wants to attack his opponent. Ancient of Wind. There is a Boneyard. Look at this. There is a Boneyard. Frostworms. Are we... Gauntlets. Pick up the gauntlets. A free item. A free item to pick up. A free item to pick up. Destroyer going for the Tree of Life with Fins, but she cancelled it immediately. To be honest, it feels like the composition of Sheik isn't the best right now, because there is so many bears. I mean of Angry Acolyte, excuse me, I meant Angry Acolyte, because he doesn't have enough damage against the Druids of the Claw. What do you want to get against Druids of the Claw is good amount of Destroyers, or at least one Frostworm. Scroll of Healing. One archer died. But he doesn't need this archer right now anyway. He's going for Agbraids. Druid of the Talon Adept training. That meat wagon feels so weak in such a little army. I mean, meat wagons are great once you have, let's say, 70-75 supply against this composition. Sheik's creeping, using rejuvenation of his Naga on his Naga Sea Witch. She's taking damage. Both players are going to creep one red camp, which means they know how to control map, right? Alchemist, far away from level 5. What is the item? Warsong Battle Drums, okay. That's a great item. And an item that is aura and doesn't duplicate with your race aura is always a very useful item, always. What is the item for Angry Acolyte? Let's see. He gets... What did he have? Oh, he got also the Warsong Battle Drums. Exactly the same case, a good, useful item. So Angry Acolyte decided to break his supply. He's at 60 supply. Nice juke with that Wisp, avoiding coil and then detonating. There is a Frostworm. So I guess that Sheik will try to get Talons right now, or maybe more Dryads. He has a huge supply block. Look, it's just 50 supply. So he has a big supply block. There is a second Frostworm. It feels like the best timing for Angry Acolyte right now is to get everything, get your ghouls, just leave your Acolytes mining gold and attack with every single unit that you have. Go and kill your opponent. Because it feels like he doesn't have any counter against the Frostworm, against the... I mean, he has counter against Destroyer, right? Dryads, but just 3 Dryads. And I would say that 3 Dryads, yeah, it's possible for them to beat a Destroyer, but I wouldn't say it's possible for them to kill 2 Frostworms. And he's using even Wand of Illusion, look, faking that he has way more units. Alchemist sees the huge army of Angry Acolyte, Dryads, finding out that these 2 Frostworms aren't real. But still, 68 supply against 56. It feels like Sheik is going to lose his Tree of Life once again. Like, there is no way. He doesn't have any tools right now to defend his base. Like, there is no way, Sheik. You just can't fight for your base. You want to, but there is no way. He just killed a 1 ghoul. Okay, 2 ghouls, but 4. Okay. Staff of Preservation saves the bear. And the second bear is dead. So that was a trade of 2 ghouls for a Tree of Life and a Druid of the Claw, which is a great trade for a undead player. No doubt, right? Angry Acolytes needs to attack before she gets a good amount of Druid of the Talon, because they are perfect counter against Frostworms and Destroyers. Okay, plus 12 to attack for Druids of the Talon. Here we go, there is a fight. Ancient of Wind is destroyed. Birds connecting with the Fiends and the Abominations. Druids of the Talon trying to focus down the Frostworms. Frostworms not killing the birds, they're just focusing the Naga. Naga Sea Witch died with the Potion of Invulnerability and Potion of Healing. Now Alchemist needs to... Okay, he has Ankh of Reincarnation. As I said, Ankh of Reincarnation can be useful against undead. Alchemist is running away. He bought a Potion of Healing. He used it immediately. It feels like Vietnam Gosu is suddenly losing the entire army. That his heroes, level 5, Alchemist, trying to focus Leech, but he... Oh, focus hero once again. Can Alchemist take this? Use this moon? Wow, yes, he can. How do you want to kill undead heroes right now, Sheik? How do you want to kill them? There is a coil. There is still a bigger potion of greater healing for Death Knight. Dryads are taking damage under the effect of the Disease Cloud. Druid of the Claw trying to deal with that Fiend. Alchemist under the attack once again. Can he focus him down? No, Moonwell's going to save Alchemist. He's at full HP, almost full HP. Pass the potion to your Lich. Level 6 Alchemist, he's using his ultimate ability. His ultimate ability simply solves your opponent's units. So he will get now infinitive amount of gold. He needs to kill Alchemist, otherwise he will just abuse his ultimate ability. Wow. Okay. Angry Acolyte has second Haunted Gold Mine. He's trying to mine. Oh my god. You don't want to go for more Frost Worms against Alchemist with level 6. Because he will just sell your Frost Worms and get huge amount of experience and gold. So you don't want to do that. It feels like a bad call. Well, what is the best play for Angry Acolyte right now? I would say there is no good play right now. You could go for mass goals. I mean, you could go for mass goals and try to overwhelm your opponent with goals, but goals aren't that good against Druids of the Claw. You can't go for heavy units like Frost Worms because Alchemist counters them. Simply, Alchemist counters them. The cooldown of the ultimate ability for Alchemist is just 40 seconds, which means you lose a Frost Worm every 40 seconds if you have more than one, right? So, to be honest, he's in the terrible situation. He needs to find out some solution. And in my opinion, the only solution is to go for mass goals. Because, as I said, if you are going for Abomination, tick, so. If you are going for Frostverse, tick, so. And he's just going to feed Sheik with gold and experience. 40 supply against 40. So we could say the game's even, but it's not really. Okay, that was a good koi still. Lich has Invul Potion. He might be forced to use it soon. There is a koi. Yep. Alchemist and his Chemical Rage. Running faster, attacking faster. Okay. Trying to kill Naga Seaweed, but she also has Healing Potion and Invul Potion. Don't show your Frost Worms. Alchemist under the attack. Lich under the attack of Alchemist. Frostworm. Better to live. Oh, and selling the meat wagon. See, as I said, just 40 seconds of cooldown. 45 actually. 45, not 40, 45. It's almost nothing. It's almost nothing at all. He can't even play with his Frostworm right now. I mean, he has a little timing. Because Alchemist doesn't have mana and doesn't have... Oh, good say. Doesn't have mana and doesn't have a cooldown for his ultimate ability. Sheik is about to start mining. He's sending 5 Wisps. There is a Frostworm, but the problem is Alchemist just needs some mana. And he's going to sell that Frostworm. Yeah, Lesser Clarity Potion.
Player's forces are under attack.
He's trying to chase some units. Shredder destroyed. Not a big deal to be honest at this stage of the game. And look at that Frostworm. It's gonna be dead in a second. Look! Bim! Bim! Sold! And as I said, Alchemist counters every single heavy unit that Angry Acolyte has right now. There is no answer against Alchemy. Oh, Naga Seaweed. She had just one hit po. She just had 1/2 point after get Coil and Nova and she survived it. LOL. That was lucky. Alchemist, 15 seconds and he can use his ultimate ability once again. It feels like Angry Acolyte has no chance to win this game anymore. Maybe he will try to buy back his hero from the tavern. Alchemist, special ability ready. Is he going to use it? Or is he just going to kill Lich again? Angry Acolyte trying to kill Naga Seaweed, but there is Staff of Preservation. Oh, Alchemist didn't... Death Knight didn't hit Lich with the call, and this is how Alchemist beats one of the best W3 champs undead player. Yes, Angry Acolyte isn't like a super professional gamer, but he's a very good undead W3 champs player. So beating such a player with Alchemist first is a nice achievement. We have to remember that Sheik is also off-racing. Night Wolf isn't his main race. He's playing undeads, so he also knows how to exploit his main race, right? This game was funny. The ultimate ability of Alchemist seems to be very strong. And guys, thank you for this video. Have a good day. Bye bye.